One of the most common behaviors that will greatly impact on your ability to be successful at any process, but specifically having a Kanban strategy, is sweeping your problems under the rug. So that's a most teams will not necessarily nefariously, but hide or ignore their problems. That's why when we talk about retrospectives, we talk about reflection, we talk about Kaizen. There's a phrase: "Are we hiding or ignoring anything?" Right? That's something to actively look at, and it's because we as humans are really good at ignoring stuff that maybe we feel like it's too much effort. Maybe we feel like we can't do anything about. I remember a time living in a flat with my brother in the West End of Glasgow, and we never cleaned the grill because nobody wanted to do it. We effectively swept that work under the rug and went, yeah, I don't really know how to do that, right? I mean, that's I've got to go figure out. This was before YouTube's, right? I've got to go figure out how to clean this. Perhaps I have to phone my mom and ask her, right? How do I do this? What's the best way to approach it? What level of detail do I need in how to do that? So both of us ignored it completely, and we used it all the time. So what do you think happened eventually? What do you think happened eventually? Yeah, you're right. It caught fire. It caught fire, and we had a fire in the kitchen. We didn't have a fire extinguisher because we also swept that under the rug and didn't do that. And at one point, my brother had grabbed a pan full of water and was about to throw it into the grill. And then he realized, no, like it's not a good idea to throw water on a fat fire, right? Because if you've ever seen those adverts on TV, it just explodes. You don't want to throw water on a fat fire. So we stopped, called the fire brigade. Fire brigade arrived. They came up with a fire extinguisher and went, done, right? But we needed to clean the grill. That was our trigger to go do that and then to continue to do it regularly. I actually don't remember. We were teenagers. I don't remember if we actually continued to do it regularly or we just did it once and then maybe wherever that cooker ended up, somebody else will need to do it. But you've got to do the things, otherwise this cruft builds up, right? And that cruft could be dirt, it could be fat, it could be clogging up the system, it can be just getting in the way, making things a little bit more difficult. It could take the guise of bureaucratic processes in your organization. It could take the guise of technical debt in your product. It could just be poorly architected, poorly designed stuff that you've created, and nobody goes back to resolve those things. Just sweeping problems under the rug and ignore them for. You know that in every cartoon they have that moment where they're cleaning up a kid's room and they just open the cupboard, shove everything in, and then close the cupboard really quickly, and then at some point the cupboard door pops open and all the stuff falls out again. That's what we're trying to avoid. That's why we need discipline to not sweep things under the rug, to do something about it. We need courage when things might be a little bit more difficult to deal with. A Kanban strategy is not going to be effective if you or your team sweep things under the rug. Have the discipline and courage to implement a Kanban strategy fully. If you're struggling to implement a Kanban strategy, we can help or help you find somebody who can. Click on the link below to get in touch.